Hello and welcome to my watch reviews and welcome to my watch repair bench, where if I'm not making watch repair videos, I'm reviewing watches on this channel. And today we have a new one from Milifortic. Now, Milifortic is the sister company to Bolton E, and Milifortic are still using these hard travel cases, which are a lot better than the Bolton E packaging that I showed in my last review. So one up on Milifortic, that's for certain. But we're more interested about in what's inside. And yes, we get paperwork and bits and bobs, but I won't bore you with all of that. Here is the watch. Today's menu is a field watch. Now, what do you think to this? It's quite an attractive watch, isn't it? Let's face it. Now, I have not had much dealings with field watches in all my time, so I'm not doubting that this possibly looks like other ones and other brands. So how much unique it is, let's just leave that bit out. Let's just review it for what it is. What's good about this is it's a very affordable watch. This is coming in at $139 US, which is about £123. So if you're in the UK and you buy one of these, getting it into the UK will probably miss the VAT import duty of £135 or more. So that's a bit of a bonus, isn't it? Let's face it. So field watches have got to be very legible, tough, rugged, be able to handle most situations, and I think everybody really should probably have one of these as their sort of go-to watch for any outdoor activities. And I'm surprised really that I've never catched on to that idea, at least until now. When you look at the dial on this one, it's extremely legible. This one is green, obviously. It's kind of an iridescent green. There is also a black version available, which is probably the most popular, I would think, and traditional of this style of watch. It's 100 meters of waterproofing because it's got a screw down crown and case back. It's got a nice crown guard as well to protect it from that. But when we look at the dial, I find this quite interesting. You've got the triangle at 12 and then sort of white batons along the 1 to 12 markers on that minute track, which is kind of raised above the dial, so it almost looks like it's been a squashed chapter ring, but it draws you in a little bit and gives the dial a bit of depth, and I do like that, certainly. You've also got the 24-hour written in Arabic numerals as there for reference as well, which is all military inspired, and it's good to see. So the dial is clean, concise, legible. I love the red tip on the second hand. I think that's done very, very well. You can certainly see it very clearly. It's also loomed. The set of hands that they've used as well is just nice, straight, and practical. So this is going to glow in the dark. So let's have a look at what it looks like with all the lights out, because it's got to pass that test surely. Blasted UV pen gives you this green lume. Looks great to start with, but it fades fairly quickly. I guess for the price point, you ain't going to get superb lume, and it's only just painted onto the dial rather than actually in indices and things like that. So it's okay, not the greatest. So when we look at the case finishing, at first glance, I thought it was shot blasted, because if I show you now the buckle and tang and the buckles on the NATO, they are all shot blasted. And so I just assumed that the case was, but it's not. It's a brushed affair, circular brushing on the bezel, and then it's got linear brushing on the case as well. All done to a very high standard for this sort of price. I wasn't expected to see the sort of crisp edges that you've got on here for $139. So the CNC machining is done very, very well. You've also got a sign crown with the MF logo as well. The lugs are dropping off quite short, but yeah, I just think that, you know, if the case had been shot blasted to go with this, the hardware on the strap, it would complete the look, wouldn't it? I mean, this is available as well on a leather strap if you choose. Check out. I just think the NATO is better, but if it all matched, yeah, it would be good, wouldn't it? If we then look at the case back, well, as always, there's nothing to be seen here. These cheaper brands like this don't tend to decorate the case backs, and it's a bugbear of mine, and I'll keep persuading them to start putting model numbers and, you know, waterproofing and stuff on the back. It's sterile, it's okay. So yes, this is fitted on this NATO, which I've just shown you. The NATO is, you know, a good thick material. Actually, I've got a few NATOs, and they're generally quite thin. So this one's stitched well as well, and I think it's going to hold out quite nicely. Isn't there a story now actually that you can't call them NATO anymore because some company in America bought the rights to the name, and now it's defamatory if you don't call them that? I mean, Cousins, where I buy all the watch parts and stuff from, they used to call them NATOs on there, and now they don't. I forget what they call them, to be honest with you. I'm just saying this ad hoc. It's just a bit annoying, isn't it, that, you know, how can that name of a style of strap be someone's property? It's not on, is it? Anyway, I digress. Okay, here's proof of a sapphire crystal. You can see it just moving there. It wouldn't move at all if it was a mineral crystal. And let's size it up. Now I've taken it off the NATO, because that's what you've got to do if I want to give it a proper size. Now, trying to size the case is quite difficult with the crown. But you can see here, we'll call it a 39 mil case. Thickness, 12 millimeters exactly. The lug width is 20 millimeters. So you're going to be able to ignore what it says there. I know it's 20 millimeters. You'll be able to put all manner of straps on this should you want to. The lug to lug, well, I've taken the NATO off. I like to do it with the strap because I think that's important, but we can just do it from the steel side of things. And what are we getting? It's hard to put it on the things there. Call it 46 and a half. Yeah, pretty good. So now you know the size. This is what it looks like on an average wrist. My wrist is 7 inches, 18 centimeters. Yeah, I'm a left-hander, so I wear it on my right. Not that used to wearing a NATO, so it sits a little bit higher than I'd like. But it's attractive. I can't stop looking at it, and I've wore it quite a few days now, and warming to it very nicely. And it's microscope time, and this is what an NH Seiko movement looks like. And there are people out there who've never seen them, I'm sure, and you might be one of them. I've showed these a lot on the channel. What I'm a bit not liking is this mark here on the rotor. I don't know whether that's just a contamination on the steel or whether it's actually a bit of grease or something. Excuse my pegwood, it's dirty, but just trying to see if that actually rubs off, and it doesn't appear to, does it? So maybe that is from factory. End of the day, you know, I don't know how much the brands will be paying for these sort of movements, probably like $10 or something daft like that, so we can't expect the world, but it's disappointing to see nevertheless. Want to just quickly zoom into the, I'll put a hair on there now, look, dear me, or a fibre, that will never do. Just the hairspring. I mean, obviously it's balancing nice, it's rocking back and forth easy enough. It's the little spring. Sometimes I've seen the spring for the shock jewel slightly twisted, and that's never a good position to be, but this one looks absolutely fine. Very utilitarian movements. Finishing is plain and interesting, but this thing is going to be reliable for a very, very long time. You can just see how the ratchet moves everything. You can see this is the ratchet wheel here, and this is the intermediate wheel. So these claws grab this over a cam, and that'll eventually winds the mainspring, and this is the click. It clicks over to hold the spring in position. Just try and do it now. Let's see if we can get that extra tooth. It's not going to. There we go. So it's just forever winding and winding and winding. There we go. That's the movement. Let's flip it over and have a look at the dial. So here we are. You can see how iridescent the dial is with the light. Now it's out of the case, and it's interesting because you've got some sort of radial brushing actually to the center dial, and then it's circular brushing as well on that minute track come flattened chapter ring. Printing all looks quite neat and tidy. Can't see any mistakes particularly. I think we'll get a little bit closer in just a moment. And but yeah, first impressions, decent. Okay, I can't tell you what power we are, but we are close, put it that way. And yeah, printing looks pretty decent. Now these things I think are done still by the conventional pad printing method, and you know, you shouldn't really see any errors, and you'd like to think brands also do a bit of R&D as well, but you never know. At price points like this, mishaps can happen and get through, but I certainly can't see anything on here. Can you? Looking at the hands, they're actually quite nice, aren't they? The way they're bordered and the loom feels good. Are we just slightly out of focus there? I think it's just the dazzle, isn't it? They're not particularly frayed around the edges, which normally you see when they've been stamped. These ones don't look too bad at all. Second hand, sorry. Nice big heel down to the loom and the red pointer. That looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, but you can just sort of see the reflections here on the second hand of the stamping, but you know, again, you're not going to see that by the naked eye. If I'm going to critique, actually, what is that? Is that a little fibre there on by the 26? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, it may have fallen in just while I'm filming. Perhaps you could have put chromed dates around, maybe very Seiko-esque, rather than just this white framing. But then that said, the painted white framing works just as well, doesn't it? So yeah, it passes the microscope test, that's for certain. And I quite like as well the script that they use here for the Milifortic. It's nice, isn't it? It's not too over the top. I like the sort of accent on the M there and the F as well. So yeah, good. Okay, here we are on the Timegrapher. 53 degrees is the lift angle. NH30, what did I say? NH36. And yeah. This one's been tightened up a little bit by the looks of things. They can be completely hit and miss as to how well you get a reading. This one may have been tweaked at the manufacturers, it's hard to say. We are certainly running at a higher rate of 18 seconds a day, but then that's well within specifications. Amplitude is beautiful. Beat error is absolutely spot on. Really like those readings, to be honest with you. I like a watch that's running slightly fast because as it ages, it will slow down a little bit as the oils start to drag, and it keeps your watch in time for longer. If we just test a couple of positions, say crown down, all we're looking for again is just for the lines to continue going. They have opened up a little bit here with a bit of beat error, but this is gravitational. What we don't want to see is anything hugely different, because that would mean there's an issue with the balance. I don't expect to see it on any sort of watch that I review that's new. I'd be very surprised and very disappointed if I did. Again, here we go, a crown up. That looks absolutely fine. It's actually tightening up a bit, isn't it now? And the rate is going to get better. So overall, pretty decent specs. On the Timegrapher, I wouldn't expect anything different, to be honest with you. Well, my final thoughts on the Milifortic watch. It's a win for me. I think this watch is absolutely superb for the money. For $139 to £120, you're getting a very practical watch that can handle most situations. It looks lovely. And because of the low price, it's going to have a low tax threshold. So certainly in the UK, like I said earlier, you can get it into the country and probably not have to pay any VAT import duty on it, which is a bit of a bonus. Also, having a Seiko NH movement inside means that you can maintain this watch. So in 10 years time, if it's still running and above, if it then stops, you will be able to buy a movement and put that movement in. Movements at the moment are about £50. You'll be able to buy that, get somebody to put it in for you, or you can get it serviced, because that's what I prefer. I think people should maintain watches, not just throw away movements. I've got drawers full of movements here for rainy days on repairs that come in every now and again. But anyway, yeah, you can maintain the watch. I think you understand what I mean. So yeah, I like it. I like the look of the thing. The sizing's great. The practicality is good. On the NATO, it certainly looks great, as long as you like a NATO strap. So yeah, definitely a win. If it's a win for you, then let me know in the comments below. If it's not a win for you, let me know in the comments below. Leave comments, because I read all of them and I try to reply to as many as I can. And certainly you can leave comments, because no doubt the brands do look at them and they will pick up feedback, and sometimes they act on that feedback, which is really, really important. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, because that really helps the algorithm and it might help me grow this channel a little bit more. If you're new and you enjoyed this review, then please consider subscribing. And if you want to support me, then head over to time-tees.com, where I sell t-shirts like this, and I also sell watches like this and watches that I've restored as well, and that will help me fund this channel and my main channel. I will see you very soon in the next review. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.